Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome back to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer Fu-Mei Tung, and we're back for another exciting edition of the Skaneateles Summer Series, live from the shores of the Finger Lakes. In this thrilling episode, your Hornets will be going against the IHC Cavaliers from all the way up in Watertown. Now, let's see how these two opponents stack up against each other, and what has happened to these FM Hornets over the past weeks. In terms of skill level, the IHC Cavaliers haven't been the best in past years. Over the last regular season, they were second to last in Division 1, finishing the season with a record of 6-13-2. Their match with the Hornets over the regular season was a resounding victory for FM, the game ending in a score of 9-2. However, as ever with this summer series, things are never exactly certain, as scores and stats are not as well kept, if kept at all, during the summer. So, we could have a surprise offensive from the Cavaliers this evening, and we'd never be able to predict it. Such is the game of hockey. As for the Hornets, they themselves have been in good spirits after that last game. They ended an ever-physical game with the Fu-Mei Storm with a score of 8-0 in their favor, with a fight or two to go with it. This, of course, was the third time in a row that things had resorted to fisticuffs between those two teams. But the Hornets came away with the win, Sean LaMarche came away with the shutout, and Connor McDonald came away with a boatload of points, scoring himself 2 goals during that game and garnering himself just as many assists. In terms of the points totals, he now sits in second, behind Joey Lavaroni, who has simply run away with the lead, out in front with 8 total points. McDonald sits behind with 5, and in third is Tyler Main with 4 points. In terms of penalties, however, it's Will Sanzone that sits out front. He himself having 6 penalty minutes so far this summer series, with Gavin Patno just behind him with a 5-minute major to his name last game, a game in which he started with a clean record. But I will say in terms of penalty minutes, it's a fairly even spread, for better or worse. But the boys are back in town for another one, and they want some more of what they had last week. With all that said, it's time for the main event. Who will take victory this week? Will the Cavaliers draw their swords and cut up these Hornets? Or will the Hornets swarm around them and find gaps in their armor? All that and more will be determined here tonight. And the only place to watch all the action is here on the Hornets Hockey Network. It's Cavaliers versus Hornets as we get set for game time. And as ever, the Hornets going over to their coach, Jim Wisnowski, over on the bench. The IHC Cavaliers going over towards their net on the other side. And we will begin the first period of play here at the Allen Arena in Skaneateles. And a small point of note for tonight's game, thankfully, our timekeeper this evening is actually my father, over in the box over there, keeping time and hopefully some shots as well. Looks like he's got the shots board on, so I trust that man with my life, so hopefully we will not have any clock interferences or delays for tonight's matchup. But nonetheless, the Hornets towards the center face-off dot. The Cavaliers coming toward it themselves. One goaltender's ready. The other is ready as well. The timekeeper over there is ready. We are ready up here. And the face-off is won back by IHC. They take it D to D just along their blue line, sending it back over to the near half looking over their options in their own zone, sends it back DD, and Drew Main's able to intercept it as it came off the far boards, but IHC able to grab that. They send it towards the near side. Picking that one up, Jack Lalick in the Hornets' end. Sends it over to Teddy Smart. He gets it off the far boards, just up the ice there towards the red line, but IHC taking it back the other way. Jack Lalick getting his hands on it. IHC, though, intercepting, looking to get some shots on this shot. It's turned away by Finger. IHC trying to get that possession back. They send it into the near corner. Looking over his options as he comes out of it. Still with that possession are the Cavaliers. They send it back up to their point man. That gets right into the hands of Drew Main. He and Joey Leveroni are off to the races here. A backhand shot, and it's gloved up by the goaltender. Wow. 15:09 remaining in this first period of play, and we are off and running already. Face off to the right of the IHC goaltender. This one won back to the far corner by IHC. They grab that. It just gets up the boards. Thankfully, Brady Moore is able to grab it with his quick feet coming around the circle. Gets it up to Tyler Main. He redirects it just into the IHC end. IHC, though, able to get it back out. Here they come the other way. Looking to grab that, but stealing it from him like it was nothing is Tyler Main. He gets it over to Brady Moore just below the goal line. They try to come up the near boards. A little bit of a pass there, but IHC, the Cavaliers, are able to keep it in. Jalen Meyer getting it up the far board. Cavaliers keeping it in. Point man wouldn't send it in, and a shot turned away by Finger. Goes over to the near boards. The Hornets able to pick it up, courtesy of courtesy of, I believe that was Brady Moore. But nonetheless, it gets below their goal line once again. They send it up the far boards. Nico Capriati able to get it off those boards, but it gets right into the hands of the Cavaliers. They go to D. Back up to the near boards. And they back up to the defenseman. Cavaliers still with the possession. They send it back up the near side, walking it across their blue line. A little bit of a pass to the blue line man, but didn't work out. Jack Lalick having it for the Hornets. Looking over his options, sends it up, and that one is waved off as it went off a Cavalier stick. And Connor McDonald going for that quickly just to try to get some pressure on. McDonald going in there with some help from his teammate over there. I'd see they're looking to get some efforts out. Noah Chen sending it over to McDonald. No shot will come as he got swarmed there by a few of the Cavaliers. The Cavaliers able to grab it. They'd send it across the blue line. And they're just able to get it out of their zone. The Hornets, though, taking back that possession fairly quickly. Lalick trying to send it over to McDonald. Gets intercepted momentarily by the Cavaliers. The Hornets, though, are able to get it back in. Just below the goal line of the Cavaliers. Going for it quickly is Teddy Smart, trying to put some pressure on. Gets stuck there right next to the goal. But the Cavaliers are able to get their hands on it. They get it just up the near boards. Skating it up, evading a hit. That one from Joey Leveroni, and gets into the zone. Delayed offsides. It'll go to Brady Moore. He sends it all the way across to Drew Main, but it didn't quite get there. IHC able to ricochet it into the Hornets' end. Jalen Meyer sending it off the backboards and right into the hands of Brady Moore. We will have an offsides, I believe, on IHC. They didn't quite all get out of that zone. 12:36 remaining in this first period of play. Still no score. And we do have some shots on the board. Thank you very much, Mr. and Mrs. Finger. Face off one back by IHC. Looking to grab that. Cavaliers grabbing it, sending it up the far side. Jalen Meyer grabbing it just beyond the blue line. He sends it back into the Cavaliers zone. It goes below the goal line and just behind the goalie's net. Sanzone getting it up for Drew Main in the far corner. He cycles it back down to Sanzone below the goal line. He tried to get it back up to Drew Main, but IHC is able to intercept that. They take it towards the boards. Drew Main coming off those boards with that puck. Towards the net he comes. Joey Leveroni able to grab it, but he sends it back into the far corner there. Drew Main grabbing that himself. He takes it to the near corner. Getting it up to Jack Lalick. He's not able to keep it in at this point, though. They will have to regroup. Sending it back up. That goes to Joey Leveroni. He evades a little bit of body check in there. Leveroni able to keep it in, forwarding it up to Fu-Mei. May trying to make a couple plays there, make a couple moves around, but IHC is able to grab that. They send it over to the far side and get it into the Hornets' end. Just below the goal line. Looking over his options in that far corner, sends it towards the center. No shot will come, though. It'll get redirected over to the far boards. Fu-Mei picking it up just below the goal line for the Hornets. Stalling behind the net of Finger. He hands it over to Jack Lalick. Gets it off the far boards. Up for Teddy Smart. Smart up for Sanzone. Sanzone getting into the zone himself. Looking over his options as he comes around the net here into that far corner. But he gets a little bit tied up with the IHC Cavaliers. The Cavaliers will regain possession, but it gets up to Teddy Smart. He will take a shot himself, but it gets redirected wide of the net. Getting it back up. Smart again. Gets it back over towards, I believe that is Joey Leveroni. It'll go to the near boards, though, off a ricochet. Jack Lalick picking it up for the Hornets. Sends it across. Off the boards it goes. And IHC will grab that. They send it up the far side. 2-on-2 here coming into the Hornets' end. They get it just behind the net of Finger. Lalick leaving that for Teddy Smart. Smart sending it all the way up for Joey Mathis. Mathis getting it up the boards, but IHC will recover that as Nico Capriati putting on all the pressure he can. Still in that zone, Tyler Main able to intercept it in the IHC zone. Looking over his options as he comes around the net. Coming in is Jalen Meyer. He takes a shot, but it gets off of a defender, and we have stopped to play for, I believe, a crease violation. This one will be on Nico Capriati. I believe they will take that out of the zone. 10:21 remains in this first period of play. Still no score. And still not another shot since our last stoppage. Face off, one back by the Hornets, a little bit far though. Jalen Myers having to skate for it. Watertown able to grab that. They send it up the boards. Thankfully, the Hornets are able to get it out, courtesy of Jalen Meyer, but it goes a little bit far. That will be an icing. 10:06 now remaining in this first period. Still no change on the board. The referee having to carry it down himself because he doesn't have a crisp finger at the other end to shoot it down to the other face-off dot. Face-off to the right, or to the left of Chris Finger. This one won by the Hornets. Smart handing it over to Lalick below the goal line. He gets it up, gets it off of Chen's stick, over for Connor McDonald. He's all alone. A shot will come, and it's rebounded, and they score! And Noah Chen crashes the net, and he gets a goal himself. And the Hornets are the first ones to draw blood here in Skaneateles this week. 9:52 remaining in the first period. Face off, one forward by the Hornets, but it gets into the hands of Cavaliers. They go DDD below along their goal line, or I should say blue line, not quite that far back. IHC though possessing it in the Hornets' end. They send it all the way over to the near side. FM able to grab it off the boards. Connor McDonald recently with that assist. He tried to hand it up. This one towards Grayson Mucha, but it goes over to the far boards of the IHC end. They get it just over the blue line. Hornets have to regroup, and sending that back in is Joey Leveroni. IHC though still with the possession. They send it around the boards over to the near side. Joey Leveroni trying to put on a big hit there. But the Hornets try to keep it in the zone, but not quite this time. They'll send it all the way back deep into their own end. Jack Lalick grabbing that for the Hornets. Coming up through the center. Through a lot of pressure there. He's able to make it through fairly well, but he's not able to get a shot off as he brings it into the far corner of IHC's end, all the way from the other end. IHC, though, looking to put some bodies on after they get that puck. Coming through the center. A little bit of a pass up to his teammate up further. They will come up and come along the near side, slide on the ice. It's turned away by Finger. A couple passes will result in it going to Joey Leveroni. They will come into the IHC end. Look over their options to send it off the boards. Jalen Meyer able to keep it in for the Hornets. Rolls around all the way over to the near corner. The Cavaliers grabbing that themselves, taking it over to the far corner. But a little bit of pressure from Will Sanzone who's put on. Drew Main in to help him with that. And he gets it back from Jalen Meyer, gets towards the center. No shot will come this time. Will Sanzo trying to make it happen. A bit dangerously close to the blue line there. The Hornets will send it back in after it came out. IHC will grab it in the far corner of their zone. They get it out of their zone towards the center, and it's dumped in to the Hornets' far corner. Jack Lollick picking it up below the goal line, trying to make a couple moves there, but it's stolen by the Cavaliers. He steals it back, though, and handing it up to Nico Capriati. They come up the far boards. Him and Lollick thankfully able to get it just into the IHC Cavaliers' end. Teddy Smart putting on some good pressure to keep it in the Hornets' hands. But IHC grabbing that, sending it up the far boards. A cross-ice pass. It'll go over to the boards. On the near side, that is Jack Lollick picking it up, taking it deep into the Hornets' end and coming up the far side. A little bit of a turnaround here. Coming back into the far corner, gets rolled right towards the goaltender, but nothing will come of that one. IHC grabbing it themselves, sending it off the far boards. They don't get it out of their zone. Here comes Tyler Green. A shot will come. It's blocked away by the goaltender. This one kept in by the Hornets. Capriati sending it off the boards there for Jalen Meyer to keep in, thankfully. But IHC working to get it out of their own zone. But Tyler Main grabbing that for the Hornets. Looking over his options. He takes a shot, but it gets through the legs and ricocheted over towards the glass. Tyler Main still with that possession. He hands it up to Brady Moore, who's just able to keep it in. He sends it down deep for Nico Capriati below the goal line. IHC, though, looking to grab that back and put in all the pressure they want. And thankfully, they're able to get it off that netting, so the play did not stop. Nico Capriati coming out with it. He hands it up to Brady Moore. A shot through traffic. Didn't quite get there. And they're trying to figure out where the heck it is and get some bodies up from prone. Getting it out along the far boards. Keeping it in, though, is Brady Moore. He sends it back in for Nico Capriati. Joey Mathis going in to help him. Connor McDonald going into the near corner. Brady Moore able to keep it in again, but he hands it right to the Cavaliers. Jalen Meyer keeping him to the outside, forcing him to dump that one in. Brady Moore grabbing that for the Hornets. Below the goal line. Getting it up over towards the far side. I believe that was Joey Mathis who touched that one. Connor McDonald coming back into the IHC end. Sending it towards the center. Joey Mathis trying to get a shot off. Gets back to him. A shot! And it's gloved up by the goaltender, who's not too pleased that Grayson Mucha put a couple sticks in his chest. 5:23 remaining in this first period of play. 1-0 still the score. Coming back, winning that of the Hornets. Getting it up to Teddy Smart. Back down for Connor McDonald. Down on the far corner. Far point for Teddy Smart. Far boards for Connor McDonald. He sends it up. A Grayson Mucha effort will be gloved up by the goaltender yet again. Wow. He saw about 4x5, not quite 4x6, but he picked the place right where that glove was. Well done by the goaltender. One back by IHC. They get it off the boards. And IHC are able to get it out. A little bit of a 2-on-1 here. Lollick, though, able to back check. He's able to ricochet that one. It goes behind the net of finger. Teddy Smart grabbing that. Getting it up for Jack Lollick. Getting over his options. Sending it back for Teddy Smart. Smart off the boards. Goes up for Joey Mathis. He gets it up and out of the zone. That will not be an icing as he and the rest of his team go to change. Joey Leveroni going in for some good pressure, but it gets back into the near corner. Will Sanzo sending it deep into the zone. Joey Leveroni making a couple moves to get it around there. Gets it into the far corner. Drew Main in to help him. Nobody knew where it was there for a second or two. And thankfully, the Hornets able to get it, but IHC stealing it back, sending it up the near boards. Will Sanzo keeping it in. Joey Leveroni going deep to put some pressure on it. Rolls around to the far corner again, but it gets out of the zone this time. Brady Moore will have to back check as quick as he can. Looking over his options, ribbing around those near boards. And he and Will Sanzo are able to take it out. They get it back into the Cavaliers' end. Looking over his options as he comes in. Tight to the net, a shot comes, and it's saved by the goaltender. And it's out of the zone again, and Brady Moore will have to get there quickly once more. But he hands it over to Jalen Meyer. And Brady Moore looks a little bit worse for wear there in terms of exhaustion. Drew Main able to come grab that. Brady Moore goes off the ice. A little bit tired there, but well done by him for a couple back checks. Coming back in are the Hornets. And it ended up to Jack Lalick on the near point. A shot will come. And it's saved and covered by the goaltender once again. 3:16 remaining in this first period of play. 1-0 still our score. Face off, one forward, and then one forward by IHC. Get it into the far corner. That'll come up the boards. IHC looking to grab that. Gets it over for Teddy Smart. Smart grabbing that off the boards and tried to send it towards the center, but it's still over in that far corner. Him just trying to protect it as well as he can. It'll roll around into the near corner. The Cavaliers will grab that, but instead it goes into the hands of Tyler Main. He tried to backhand it towards the center. He tried to shoot that Teddy Smart, but didn't quite go. They'll go over to the far boards. IHC will finally get it out here. They will dump it into the zone of the Hornets just behind the net of Chris Finger. Grabbing that, Jack Lalick. Looking over his options, and he comes up and loses that just about the hash marks. IHC will grab that themselves. A little bit of tumbling down, though. They still retain the possession here. They send it up to their point man. Gets it back down into the far corner, but the Hornets are able to pick it up themselves. Lalick sending it up the far boards. The Hornets just trying to keep it or get it out of their zone. But IHC sending it up into the netting. 2:06 remaining in this first period. Shots on goal are 9 for the Hornets so far. Only 3 for IHC. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. One back by the IHC Cavaliers. They send it into the zone as I believe Jalen Meyer lost his stick there for a second. Still working with that, coming around. Switching over to the far side. Coming around, a shot will come, and it's scooped up by Chris Finger. 1:49 now remaining in this first period of play. And another shot will go on the board for IHC. Face off, one back by the Hornets. Brady Moore grabbing that, sending it up. But that's IHC who's able to grab it. A backhand shot. Not quite covered yet by Finger. He thought it was. But it got knocked out of his glove. He didn't think it got knocked out, but it was right on his right pad. And thankfully, it didn't do any damage. 1:37 left to go in this first period. Face off to the left of Finger. One to the side by the Hornets. They get it down deep. Jack Lalick sending it up. This one goes to Noah Chen. He'll get out of the zone. Coming up, a 3-on-2 here. Passed across, but nothing will come from that one as Grayson Mucha not able to catch the pass there. They send it over to the far corner. Noah Chen able to intercept it. Coming around the net here. Looking over his options. Wheeling it around, a shot from himself. Didn't quite go. Grayson Mucha trying to get it towards the center, but it's IHC who will keep it towards the boards. And they will get it out of their zone. A pass cross ice. They'll go to the near side, and they will dump it in. Chris Finger stopping that below the goal line. And grabbing that is Jack Lalick. Keeping it in, though, the Cavaliers. That'll go back behind the blue line. Coming around, a shot will come, and it's saved by Finger! Whoa! A quick glove will keep the score at 0 for the Cavaliers. Whoa! Cavaliers coming back in as the Hornets got a quick change. It'll go over to the near boards. The Hornets will get it out quickly. Here comes Will Sanzone in the zone. Coming back, sends it across. Leveroni's not able to get a shot off. Drew Main grabbing that, send it over to Sanzone. Sanzone coming back around, he shoots it. Stopped by the goaltender. Point man shot goes wide. IHC grabbing that along the near boards. And still with the clock winding down, 5 seconds to go. Keeping it in are the Hornets. IHC flipping it out, and we will run out of time. Wow, that was a wild last minute. Anyways, at the end of that first period, the score is 1 for the Hornets, none for the Cavaliers, due to, in big part, that big save by the glove of Chris Finger. Shots on goal, 10 for the Hornets, 6 for the Cavaliers. We'll go to break here quickly, but we'll be back here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer, Fu-Mei, Tung, and we're back at the W.G. Allen Arena here on the shores of Skaneateles Lake for the second period between your FM Hornets and the IHC Cavaliers. The score as of yet, 1-0. Hornets over the Cavaliers. Shots on goal, 10 for the Hornets, 6 for the Cavaliers. And what will we be facing here in this second period? Because it's been fairly even on both sides. We will switch sides, as is tradition. For this second period, one goaltender's ready. The other is as well. Timekeepers are ready. We're ready up here. And this one tied up. One back by IHC after about 5 seconds there of it being tied up right in that center face-off circle. But they will try to get it out of their zone here. Teddy Smart foiling them for a minute there. And Joey Labroni sending it back. It'll get into the hands of Jack Lalick below the Hornets goal line. Lalick looking over his options as the Hornets look to break out, getting it off the boards, but it didn't quite get to him. They try to play, but it was too shallow of an angle off the boards. Drew Main just wasn't able to get there. That'll be an icing. We'll go back down to the other end. .27 left to go. Base off to the left of Finger. One back by the Hornets. A quick shot, though. Will come right to Chris Finger. He's able to swallow up as he usually does. Face off again to his left. This one won forward by the Hornets. Nico Capriati just trying to get it out, but IHC will possess it themselves. Coming along the boards, and a big hit will come from the Hornets. Nico Capriati able to steal it. It'll go all the way across the ice to the far side. IHC grabbing that in their own end, coming around their own net. They will cycle it below the goal line. Coming back in. FM sending it across, but it's IHC who will grab it. They get it into the Hornets' end. Teddy Smart looking to grab that, getting it off the boards, but keeping it in are the Cavaliers. Tyler Main, though, able to make some moves, and they will get it out up to Nico Capriati. Through a couple legs there. He's still able to take it, but not for long. The Cavaliers will get that possession back as a few of the Hornets go to change. They will come back the other way into the Hornets' end. Dumping it into the near corner. Sending it back across. It'll come right to Finger, and he will cover that one up. 14-24 remaining in this second period of play. Face off now to the right of Chris Finger. Once again in the Hornets' end. And the Hornets coaches calling for Brady Moore. They didn't want to, I guess, get either too many men or a little bit of confusion there on the benches, but no matter. They're able to get it quickly into the Cavaliers' end. But IHC getting it back the other way along the far boards. Going to grab that. Getting that. Grayson Mucha gets it all the way around again. It'll roll over to the near corner. And Grayson Mucha, I will say, will come back into that near corner. Him working with a few of his teammates, Connor McDonald being one of them, just trying to get that possession. But the Cavaliers will send it off the far boards, sending it back over to the near side. The Hornets are able to grab that back. Noah Chen tried to send it across to Jack Lalick. A shot will come from him. A little bit shallow, though. It'll be saved by the goaltender. Back up for Connor McDonald. A rebound shot. But it's covered by the Cavaliers goaltender. 13:35 are now remaining in this second period of play. 1-0 still our score. 11 shots on goal for the Hornets, 8 now for the Cavaliers. Face off to the left of the IHC goaltender. This one won back by the Hornets, but IHC able to grab it and get it off the far boards. Deep into the Hornets' end it goes. Tidy Smart with a little bit of pressure there from behind him. But an attempted hit there didn't quite work. He found more boards than he did body. Jermaine coming back around. Will Sanzone going down to help him, but he pops out towards the center, and no shot will come. As it touched two IHG sticks there. They're able to keep it in the zone, though. Drew Main grabbing that for the Hornets, sending it off the near boards. It'll just be kept in by the Cavaliers. They try to get it out of the zone. Rolls to a couple sticks, but it finds its way to Brady Moore, and he will get it out of the zone. D-to-D here for IHC. They'll get it towards the center. Sanzone, though, grabbing that for the Hornets. But IHC flipping it back up into the Hornets' end. He's all alone, a shot. Oh, and it's saved by Finger. But it was a bit of a rebound there. A little bit of an unknown trajectory. As IHC coming back in. And boy, oh boy, they are on the offensive here. In this first part of the period, a shot will come, and it's covered up by Finger. .28 remaining in the second period of play. And IHC are out for blood. They want one on the board. Face off, one back by the Cavaliers. They'll look to set something up here. There's Jalen Meyer putting on all the pressure he can. They'll go below the goal line, rolling around to the far corner. IHC still with that possession. It'll come back behind the goal. Grabbing that is Tyler Main. He will come up with a few of his teammates here. Sending it all the way across. Didn't quite get there. And they try to come back. The Hornets still with that possession. Looking to possess it around. But it didn't quite go. Grabbing that. Tyler Main off the boards he comes. Going over to the far side. A shallow shot. They'll get off a defender. Back into that far corner. He gets a little tripped up there. They're able to get it out to the point man. Back up to Lalick. Lalick with a shot. Redirected, but it didn't quite get there. IHC taking it along the near boards and gets out of the zone. Jalen Meyer having to rush over towards it. Takes it in front of the goal of Finger. Get it off the boards. He gets it up. This one for the Hornets and Connor McDonald. McDonald passing it up to Noah Chen. A shot turned away by the pad of the goaltender. Chen still with that possession, though. Looking over his options as he comes into the far corner. Getting a lot of pressure there from IHC. Well, Chen's keeping it on the boards there as they try to battle it over there. Grayson Mucha getting that puck for the Hornets. No Chen, sending it up. Brady Moore just able to keep it in. They send it below the goal line. It'll roll around to the near corner. IHC coming up the boards. Gets into the hands of Teddy Smart. They'll get up and into the zone. Noah Chen dumping that in. Connor McDonald going for it as it bounces towards the net of the goaltender. But towards the goaltender himself. But IHC is able to get it out. Brady Moore grabbing that for the Hornets side. IHC getting it out of their zone once again as it goes to Brady Moore. Moore up for Noah Chen. He will dump it into the zone as the rest of them go to change. IHC grabbing that in the far corner, looking over his options. Sends it off the glass. It'll go all the way down. And that will be an icing. And Chris Finger, well, try to shoot it down. He shoots it all the way. Oh, and it's off a skate of the IHC Cavaliers. Would have made it. Trust me. 9:55 remaining in the second period of play. Face-off to the left of the IHC goaltender. Face-off won back by IHC. Getting it. There is Joey Leveroni for the Hornets. He keeps it along the boards. Will Sansom keeping it along the boards himself in that far corner. Leveroni coming in to help him, but he gets off the glass stanchions there, and he'll get out of the zone. Jalen Meyer grabbing that, going into the far corner of the Hornets' end. IHC still possessing that, but here comes Joey Leveroni after a little bit of a steal. He's off into the Jets. A back, oh, and he's not able to get a shot off as he goes sliding into the boards. Wow, what a quick movement from him. Back-handed shot covered up by the goaltender, who, once again, is not too happy when sticks enter either his glove or his chest. Although I will say, neither would I be. 9:18 remaining in this second period to play. 1-0, still our score. Face off to the left of the goaltender. This one won back by the Hornets. Teddy Smart taking a quick shot. Rebounded there, but it gets just wide of the net. Nico Capriati trying to get it towards the center there, but the Cavaliers taking it, getting it out quickly. And Chris will grab that off his stick and cover it so it doesn't do any more damage. .901 remaining in the second period. Face off to the red of finger. One back by the IHC Cavaliers. The point man sends it all the way around, ricocheting over to the near side. Grabbing that on the Hornets. Jack Lalick sending that a stretch pass up to Nico Capriati. Looking to make a couple moves. He gets tripped up. No penalty will come. And Nico Capriati's looking for what would have been that call. Dumping that back in is Teddy Smart. Capriati will go onto the bench. And coming back are IHC. They take it along the near side. Stretch pass across. They get it into the Hornets' end. A shot will come, and it's gloved up by Finger. 8:22 remaining in this second period of play. 1-0 still our score, but with 14 shots for the Hornets and 12 now for the Cavaliers. Face off to the red of Finger. This one to the side. It gets over towards the boards. IHC will try to pick it up here, but it's the Hornets who will get it out of their own zone. Going quickly, Connor McDonald putting on all the speed he can. It's IHC who will grab that. Connor McDonald, though, stealing it away. It'll remain below the goal line. And IHC getting it up the boards. Joey Leveroni keeping it in for the Hornets momentarily. Joey Mathis getting a little bit pushed around, admittedly, there. Grayson Mucha trying to forward it towards the net. The Hornets keep it in a couple times, but we will have a hand pass on the IHC Cavaliers. .750 remains in this second period of play. Face-off now deep in the IHC Cavaliers zone. This one won back by the Cavaliers. Looking to come back. Send it along the near boards. It squirts out towards the center, and getting a big hit put on him was Grayson Mucha. Thankfully, the Hornets able to keep that there. Referee takes a little bit of a tumble, but no matter. We keep playing on here as IHC gets it back over towards the near side. Looking to make a couple passes. Drew Mayne, though, intercepting, taking it deeper into the IHC end, but the Cavaliers grabbing that quickly. They try to get it up the boards. It's stuck there along the hash marks. Taking it out is Noah Chen for the Hornets, strong of stick as he is. Drew Mayne pickpocketing that out, looking to get the backhand shot. And it's saved by that goaltender once again. 7:03 remains in the second period of play. And I will say that IHC goaltender is faring very well for the fact that he has 15 shots put up against him. Face off, one back by the Hornets. Teddy Smart grabbing that. It's a high shot there over the net. IHC looking to possess it. Drew Mayne, though, having other ideas. Looking to grab it himself. Comes over to the far side. Gets it up for Teddy Smart. Walking across the blue line. And gets a little bit tied up there. And thankfully, it's able to get into the hands of Drew Mayne. He comes back in, weaving through as he does. Keeping it away from any Cavaliers he can. As he comes around the net. IHC grabbing that possession themselves, though. They'll get it up the boards. Teddy Smart coming across the around the circle there with a shot, and it's gloved up by the goaltender. 6:20 still remaining in the second period of play. Face off once again to the left side of the IHC goaltender. Now 16 shots counted at least on the boards for the Hornets. This one back by the Hornets, but a little bit too far. It'll roll all the way down to their end. Jack Lollick picking it up, coming around the net a finger, but he hands it right off to the Cavaliers. A shot and a save, another and another save. Wow! What an effort there to make two quick, unexpected stops. Jack Lollick looking to redeem himself, comes up the boards, looking to make a couple moves. He's not able to keep it, but it will go there, and a shallow shot will go off the outside of the net. IHC coming back. A shot from Nico Capriati. Tried to put all the power he could into that one, but it didn't quite go. Jack Lollick looking over his options, gets it up. Nico Capriati on the blue line, comes in, a shot, blockered away by the goaltender. Looking over his options, tried to get another shot off there. Still down on his knees, trying to make a pass. He goes towards the center. Keeping it in is Jalen Meyer. Going for that once again is Capriati. Helping him out, Tyler Mayne grabbing that, coming around the circle. But IHC will grab that and get it out of the zone. Here they come over the blue line. Tyler Mayne trying to get it back. A backhand shot will go wide of the net. Another shot there. Redirected by Jalen Meyer. It'll go over to the near side. Looking back toward the point man. A shot. Eaten up by Chris Finger. 4:49 remaining in this second period of play. 1-0 still our score. And these shots are staying fairly equal. Face off to the left of Finger. This one back by the Hornets. Teddy Smart sending it over to the far side. Cavaliers, though, looking to send it back the other way. Smart grabbing it himself. Coming up through open ice here. Falls down, able to forward it up to Grayson Mucha, who gets it out of the zone. IC will have to come back. And they are still off. Not quite hearing that call, though. Is that player. And Brady Moore looking at him like, hey, bud, you are offsides. Go back to the blue line. 4:15 remaining in the second period as IHC gets it back up. Teddy Smart grabbing it below the goal line. It'll go into the netting, and that'll be a stoppage of play. 4:06 now remaining in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the Hornets' end. Face off, one to the side there. The Hornets get it out quickly. It'll roll all the way down into the IHC end. Joey Leveroni and Drew Main going in to get it, but gets out of the zone quickly. Jack Lalick handed it up for Zanzone. Zanzone in the zone. Dumping it deep, down deeper into the zone. Drew Main grabbing it below the goal line. Looking over his options as cycles it back for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni gets it up for Drew Main. Leveroni's still there. Gets it over to Zanzone in the center. A shot! Oh, and it went over the net. IHC getting it over all the way to the near boards. Jack Lalick facing some pressure as they come back into the Hornets' end, but he doesn't allow it to get onto the net of Chris Finger, and that IHC player was with it for a good solid 5 seconds. Didn't quite know where it was. Getting it back up for Leveroni. He will dump it into the Cavaliers' end. 3 minutes now remaining in this second period as IHC able to get it out. Coming up the near side. Teddy Smart having other ideas, sends it back out of the zone. IHC will have to regroup. A bit of a stretch pass there. It'll go all the way down, and we will have yet another icing. And Chris Finger gets a request from the referee to get that puck back. And I imagine he's a little bummed that he's not able to send that all the way back down again. .246 remaining in this second as we come to the face-off dot to the left of the IHC goaltender. This face-off, one to the boards by FM. Grabbing that, Brady Moore gets it up for IHC. They will get it just along those far boards. Tyler Main having other ideas, denies them entry into the blue line. Grabbing that, Noah Chen. Folding it up. Tyler Main trying to get that possession as they dance along the blue line there. And Teddy Smart able to grab that for the Hornets. Gets it poked away from him. He has to go get it into the far corner. Coming around the net. Up the near side. Off the boards it'll go. Noah Chen trying to get that back. But instead, it's Teddy Smart who sends it back in. Getting it down deep. IHC sending it all the way back around to, I believe that is Jalen Meyer. It'll get out of the zone though. Noah Chen grabbing that for the Hornets, sending it over for Jack Lalick. Lalick back up for Jalen Meyer. He will forward it into the zone. IHC grabbing that, getting it up, and gets it right into the hands of Connor McDonald. A backhand shot didn't quite get there as IHC sending it all the way back down. And it'll be ice once again. Jack Lalick handing that to the referee, skinning all the way back down. And if you aren't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram at FM Hornets Hockey for the latest updates surrounding your FM Hornets, including videos, pictures, and extras. 1:32 remaining in the second. This faceoff tied up, won by the Hornets. They tried to take it across. Connor McDonald still with that possession there, trying to keep it in as he can. And Jack Lalick sending that back in. That was just near that outside edge of the blue line. The Hornets trying to grab that there. A little bit of a move there. Jack Lalick sending it off the boards. Up for Joey Mathis. He forwards it up to Connor McDonald. Recently got his ankles broken. A shot will come though, and it goes wide of the net. Go back out to the center though. Grayson Mucha sending that back. Mucha coming back in. He forwards it into the corner for Jalen Meyer. Meyer sending it towards the center, but it gets into the hands of the Cavaliers. They will take it up the far side out of their own zone, sending it over to the near side and into the Hornets, and they come. Backhanded it towards the center. Another shot, another save. And it comes over to the near side. Grabbing that. IHC looking over their options, sending it towards the center, but it gets into the hands of the Hornets. They're looking to get it out of their own end here. Lalick putting his stick on it, getting it up the boards and out of the zone. Once again, we've got less than 30 seconds left to go here. No icing on that one as the Hornets go to change. IHC looking over his options, A stretching pass there. That'll go all the way down. No icing there. With 8 seconds left to go in the second. Along there. Joey Leveroni grabbing that. A shot will come. Turned away by Finger as we run out of time in the second. And after 2 periods of play, the score is 1-0 still. Hornets over the Cavaliers. The shots on goal after 2 periods of play, 19 for the Hornets, 17 for the Cavaliers. So fairly even spread. But anyways, we will go to break here fairly quickly. Hope you'll be able to get something to drink, go to the bathroom, but we will be back here on the Hornets Hockey Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer, Fu-Mei Tung. And we are back for the third period of action here in Skaneateles, where the score is 1-0. Hornets over the IHC Cavaliers. One goaltender's ready, the other's ready as well. The timekeepers, Mr. and Mrs. Finger, are ready over in the box. And we will get it on for the third period. The Hornets getting it quickly into the IHC Cavaliers' end. Cavaliers looking to get it out quickly, but it goes over to the far boards, and the IHC Cavaliers will get it out. Jack Lallett going for that just over the blue line. They're going to grab that, sending it over to the far side for Drew Main. IHC, though, able to intercept that. They tried to take it in. A little bit of a close-up shot, but it gets right into the glove of Chris Finger. 15:32 remaining in this third period of play. 1-0, still our score. Face off to the left of Finger. This one won by the Hornets. They will get it out of the zone quickly. That'll be just wide of the net. Wow, that one came close. I swear, if he had just perfectly calculated it, so it bounced off the boards and went right to the goaltender, I would have been impressed. But he was close. Face off, one back towards the other, to the same side, I should say. IHC, though, grabbing that, sending it over to the other side. To the near side, sending back over to the far side. Jalen Meyer grabbing that, getting a hit put on him, though. Cavaliers will take it back, looking to make a couple moves as the puck rolls right into the covered glove of Chris Finger. .15:07 now remaining in the third, and equal a number of shots. 19 for the Hornets, 19 for the Cavaliers. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. This one to the side by the Hornets. Jack Lallett getting it high and out. He will try to get it on net there. It goes back, and we have another icing. And, well, this period's starting off a little slower than as usual. We will go back for, I believe, the, well, third or fourth time now, just this period alone, to the left of Chris Finger. This one to the side by IHC. The Hornets looking to grab it, though. Grabbing that, though, is Jack Lalick. He will get it off the near boards, just trying to flip it into the zone. And you've got to wonder, what did James Wisnowski recommend for these Hornets during that little break where they had a conversation with him over on the bench? Well, guess we'll never know. Joey Mathis sending it towards the center. IHC will get it out of their own end. Coming up the near boards. Coming back in. A shot will come, and it's gloved up by Chris Finger. 14-20. Now remaining in the third. 1-0 still our score, and for the first time this game, the Cavaliers eclipse the Hornets in shots. Face off to the right of Finger this time. Tied up. Trying to win that. Still are the Hornets. A shot will come quickly to Finger. And he will waste no time in covering it up and stopping it. 14-12 now remaining in the third. And I gotta say, not much time is elapsing between these whistles here. As the Hornets try to get it out off the face-off. IHC, though, able to keep it in. Looking to send it a shot there. Gets turned away by Finger. IHC grabbing that. Getting it back up to the point man. Point man shoots and gets off a deflection towards the defenseman. IHC able to keep it in, though. Teddy Smart trying to put on a body. They take it into the near corner. Cycling it around. Tyler Main able to grab that. Gets off the far boards. IHC able to keep it in once. And able to keep it in twice. They send it right in. And Chris Finger will grab that before it does any harm. 13:34 now remaining in the third period. Face off, one back by IHC. Going to grab that quickly, though, as I believe that was Michael Leduc. Gets it off of him and right towards the coaching staff of the FM Hornets. And once again, it'll go to the left of Chris Finger. IHC trying to win that, but it's the Hornets who get it into the far corner. And the Hornets will get it out of the zone. And that'll be yet another icing for these FM Hornets. Like I said, you gotta wonder, with all these icings, what is their game plan for this period? Is it just basically preservation of what they've got already? Inquiring minds want to know. FM getting it out. Here comes Joey Leveroni, though. He's got a battle between him and another. A shot will come, and it's turned away by that goaltender. Oh, and a quick one that will be. And the icing is waved off. Lalick going for that himself. As the Cavaliers swarm, putting on all the forecheck they wish. And they will redirect that. It'll get back down towards the other side for another icing. Face off to the left of Chris Finger for what seems like the umpteenth time this third period. Teddy Smart taking it off the face-off, coming up the near boards. Over the blue line he goes. Over the red line. He will choose to take it in along the far boards himself. But IHC able to grab that. Joey Leveroni coming around to put some pressure on. He will back check. As IHC bring it the other way along the far boards. They will dump it in just below the goal line. Cavaliers grabbing that. Send it back towards the center. A shot and a save from Finger. It'll go back up for Joey Leveroni as they come back into the Cavaliers' end. Gets it down. Bounces that puck a little as he hands it off to Nico Capriati. He and I believe that is Joey Mathis. Send it towards the center. Tyler Main looking to grab it. He comes back in, forcing it along, but he's not able to get a shot off. It goes to the boards. He and Brady Moore looking to keep it in. Moore gets that puck, sending it towards the center for Nico Capriati. He shoots, and it's saved once again by the goaltender. Wow. And that'll be, at least right now, a .950 save percentage on the night. 20 shots faced, only one has gone in. One back by the Hornets. They try to get a shot off. And here comes IHC the other way. 3 Hornets are back checking quickly. A shot will come. It's wide of the net. Rolling around the far boards. The Hornets will grab that. Jalen Meyer sending it up to Joey Mathis. Looking over his options as he comes back in. Just waiting for the rest of his team to enter so that he can make a couple plays. It goes across right into the hands of Jalen Meyer. He hands it off to Noah Chen back in the deep corner. Chen trying to keep that puck. He gets it on his stick. Well, and he seems to never want to let go of it. IHC throwing out a few big hits here as they looking to get it out of the zone. Joey Mathis looking to stop that one player from entering quickly, and Chris Finger able to come out of his net with that little bit of time and get it down the other way. There's Noah Chen dumping it into the IHC zone. Looking over their options, the Cavaliers coming up the near side. Out of the zone they come. Looking to make some plays as they dump it into the Hornets' end. Chris Finger stopping that for Teddy Smart. A little bit of a half-hearted pass there as it rolled off his stick. Gets it up to Connor McDonald, who gets it up to Sanzone. Sanzone in the zone. Backhanded shot. It goes wide of the net. Teddy Smart sending it back towards the center, but there's nobody there to capitalize on it. It'll go back into the far corner. IHC grabbing that. Looking to get it. A flip up, and out of the zone it goes. Over to the near side. They get it into the Hornets' end. Looking over their options as they look to set something up. A shot will come, and it'll go across the crease there and over to the far boards. Jack Lalick looking to grab that. He does. He's trying to get it up, and Sanzone will get it up for Drew Main. Main coming up the far boards. They try to get a pass across there, but it gets into the Cavaliers' sticks. They will take it the other way, but Will Sanzone does not allow them entry into the Hornets' end. Not at this point, at least. The IHC will have to force it in. They dump it in. They'll hop right over the stick of Chris Finger. They will call that an icing, because that man was not over the red line. 9:40 remaining in this third period of play. The score still remaining at 1-0. Face-off to the left of that fairly good IHC goaltender. Face-off, one back by the Hornets. They try to keep it in, not quite at this point though. Tyler Main sending it across for, I believe that was Michael LeDuc. It gets out of the zone again. Jalen Meyer getting back out. IHC grabbing that themselves. And do we have a penalty? Hand pass? I'm not sure what the ruling was. Possibly offsides. Nonetheless, face-off in front of the Cavaliers bench. This one back by the Hornets. Courtesy of Michael LeDuc. They'll send it over to Joey Leveroni, and they will get it into the Cavaliers' end. Looking to set something up here. Sends it in for LeDuc. A shot, and it goes wide of the net. Grabbing that, sending it along the boards. IHC trying to get it out. Leveroni trying to stop them any way they can, but IHC will get it out. Tyler Main going to back check. IHC looking to set something up as they enter the Hornets' end. Just trying to get some shots off. He gets into the hands of Nico Capriati. He's all alone with the assistance of Joey Leveroni. A shot. Oh, and it's saved by the goaltender's stick. Wow. IHC coming back the other way. A 3-on-3 here. It looks to set something up. Getting it below the goal line. IHC still within in that far corner. Tyler Main sending it all the way out. And they are not able to keep it in. IHC with that D, getting it off the boards, right into the hands of Leveroni. Leveroni coming back in, gets a little tripped up. No call will come. Cavaliers trying to get it. Leveroni steals it. A shot. Oh, and it's gloved away and it ricochets into the corner. Noah Chen getting it up for Brady Moore. He will send it below the goal line once more. Joey Leveroni looking to grab that. Grayson Mucha in there to help him, but IHC sending it off the boards. It'll go all the way down. Chris Finger will look to grab that. Sends it high off the other side, and he ices it himself. Well then, we see the extent of his power, but not exactly in the way we would have wanted. 7:44 remains in this third period of play. And boy, oh boy, things are heating up fairly quickly. 23 shots for the Hornets, 22 for the Cavaliers. Face off to the right of Finger. This one back by the Cavaliers. They're going to grab it. The shot will come and it'll go wide of the net. Point man looking to keep it in. He sends it along those far boards. The Hornets, though, sending it back out for the Cavaliers. The D-men will get their sticks on it. Going D to D there, over towards the far side. Tyler Lane denies them any passage beyond the red line. Joey Mathis trying to get it in, but he didn't quite have the speed. IHC will grab that, and Tyler Lane trying to possess it himself, but it goes towards the Hornets' end. They're able to keep it in, but that, sir, will be an offsides. 7:03 remains in this third period of play. And boy, like I said, it's heated up here fairly quickly. Face off in front of the Hornets bench. This one tied up. All the wingers looked a little tied up there. And the Hornets will get it over towards the near side. Jalen Meyer getting off the near boards. It'll go up along the boards here right in front of us here. It's Will Sanzone muscling it into the zone, and Jalen Meyer will dump it into the far corner. Connor McDonald going for it for the Hornets. Jalen Meyer able to keep it in. But it gets into the hands of the Cavaliers. Keeping it in is Will Sanzone. Sanzone looking over his options. He tried to make a couple moves around there. Goes the other way below the goal line. He tried to send it out. It's kept in by Jalen Meyer. But IHC is able to get it out. Coming up, 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 now. And the rest of the teams have entered that zone. It's Connor McDonald grabbing that, getting it off the boards. He will get it up the boards. IHC grabbing that, but it gets back into the hands of McDonald. Deterring a hit there. He will continue to forecheck. IHC, though, getting it up the boards. And still, it remains around that red line. Will Sanzone trying to force it the other way. He will dump it just into the Cavaliers' end. And the Cavaliers will take it deeper. Below the goal line, they will go. After a little bit of pressure there from Michael LeDuc, will be quite effective. So the rest of his Hornets creep up to help him. Coming back in is Joey Leveroni to help. Michael LeDuc sending it back towards the center. Rolls over a Hornet stick there, and the Cavaliers will get it out. Lalick trying to force it out as IHC brings it deep into the Hornets' end, looking to set something up. Still in that far corner, coming towards the point man. It's shot, and it goes wide. IHC grabbing that, sending it back up, but it gets into the hands of the Hornets. They will grab it and send it up to Jack Lalick. He will get through a few men. He shoots it, and it goes wide. It'll roll all the way around out of the zone. Capriati getting it off the boards, but IHC able to force it forward. They get the shot, and it's saved by Finger. .450 remains in this third period of play. And the Hornets trying to get their fifth man out there. Face off to the right of Finger. This one back by the Hornets, but IHC looking to grab that quickly, but it gets it right into the hands of Drew Main, and he is off and running. Coming up the far side into the IHC zone. He gets it over towards the net, but nobody's there to capitalize. Joey Leveroni reversing it the other way, over for Capriati, but it gets into the hands of the Cavaliers. They will come up the far side. Drew Main, though, stopping their progress. He will send it back into the far corner. Capriati putting on some pressure, and so does Drew Main in the form of hits. Capriati coming out with it, looking to get it towards the center, and they will try to get a shot off, but it didn't quite go this time. Tyler Main up at the plane. He shoots it, redirects a couple times, but it goes wide of the net. Drew Main grabs that in the far corner. Joey Leveroni grabbing that himself in that same far corner. But it's IHC who will intercept that and get it out of their own zone, skating it up towards the near side now as the rest of his team goes to change. And they look to enter the zone as it rolls around all the way for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni looking over his options as he skates up. Tries to find all the open ice he can. He will dump it in, and he will go to changes. Teddy Smart going in to put some pressure on. He keeps that puck momentarily in that far corner as the Hornets trying to switch to defense here as they've already got a lead. Joey Mathis waiting for his team to come out, and he dumps it back in. Noah Chen sending it back. Joey Mathis along the boards. They're going to grab it. He gets it up and out of the zone, does IHC. Chris Finger not touching that, but leaving it for Jack Lalick. Lalick, bobbles it on his stick there. He's still with it, though. Comes up the far side. Dumps it in. Off the goaltender. He didn't quite know where that went, but it's just not in his goal. That's what he's worried about. IHC with it along the far boards in their own zone. Kept in by the skate of Jalen Meyer. And I believe a few fans here on the Watertown side, a little bit argumentative about the legitimacy of that offside save. And just still along that door of the bench, and the referees will call it dead. 2:30 remains in this third period of play. 1-0, still our score. As boy, oh boy, this game is about as tight as they come. Face off to the right of the goaltender for IHC. This one into the corner. IHC looking to get it out. Gets over to Brady Moore. Brady Moore able to keep it in. He forwards it up to Drew Main, leaving it there in the center. It'll get over to the sand zone, hopping just over his stick. And Brady Moore able to keep it in again. He sends it into the far corner. Connor McDonald looking to go and put some pressure on, but IHC reversing it to the other side. They will send it out of their own zone. Tyler Main dumping it back in. It'll roll all the way around for Will Sanzone along the near boards. He protects it as he can. Less than 2 minutes left to go here in the third. Trying to hand it off to Drew Main. It'll be instead handed off to Brady Moore. Keeps it right there, sending it towards the center. Trying to get a backhand shot off there was Connor McDonald. Drew Main, though, able to grab that for the Hornets. He hands it off to Sanzone. Sanzone with a shot, and it goes wide. Keeping it in on the Hornets. Connor McDonald sending it back into the far corner. IHC rimming it all the way around. Drew Main will keep it in on the near side. Walking it in himself. Hands it over to Sanzone. Gets it out to Tyler Main. He gets it over for Teddy Smart. Smart fakes a shot. Now takes the real shot, and it gets redirected right into the glove of the goaltender. 1:17 left to go in this third period. And still, the score is 1-0. Man, oh man. Face off to the right of that IHC goaltender. And the timeout, I believe, is called by the IHC Cavaliers as they try to determine, are they going to pull their goalie or not? Well, it would make sense in a situation like this, but that puck is starting in their own end, so it makes it a little difficult. Let's reflect on this entire game. So, about midway through that first period, the only goal is scored so far in this game by, I believe, the one and only Noah Chen. But no points have been put up on the board since then. and neither have penalties. We are in a completely clean game, believe it or not. Nobody's had a power play, nobody's had a penalty kill, not even 4-on-4. But still, with 1:17 left to go in this third period, that is very much enough time to get a goal up on the board for IHC. The thing is, the Hornets, of course, trying to get their best little bit of rest here along their bench. And as you see up there in the top right corner of your screen, those shots are fairly even. 26 for the Hornets, 23 for the Cavaliers, as the referee blows their whistle. And the Hornets will be released from their bench. The Cavaliers at the ready, in their own end, all up in a line, as they will try to get it out to save their life. Face off, one forward, or one back by the Hornets. Joey Leveroni trying to keep it in as they can. Tyler Main keeping it in himself with a shot. Gloved down by the goaltender. And only 10 seconds have elapsed. 1:07 remaining in the third. But yet another shot on the board for the Hornets. Same face-off dot. One back by the Hornets again. Joey Leveroni taking a shot. Teddy Smart able to keep it in for the Hornets. IHC, though, just trying to get it out as well as they can. Tyler Main able to keep it in. Sends it towards the center, though, but it gets out of the zone. Teddy Smart sending it back up the zone. Back up the boards. The goalie creeping out on the other side of the ice. Joey Leveroni along the far side. Dumps it in. Just about 30 seconds left. IHC sending it along the near boards. Nico Capriati phoning it out to Michael LeDuc. LeDuc still there, bobbles it along. He's able to keep it in the first time, but not the second time. It'll roll all the way down to Chris Finger. He will leave it for Tyler Main. He will get it up for Teddy Smart. The big hit tried to be coming from Michael LeDuc there. 10 seconds remain as Teddy Smart looks to eat it in the Hornets' end. They will win it by an inch if they have to. 3 seconds left. And the Hornets will get 2 in a row. And that's 2 shutouts in a row for the Hornets. The first for Sean LaMarche, but not to be outdone. Chris Finger stopping all 23 shots put up on him this evening. And in about the last thing or the opposite that you would expect from these two teams. 9-2 was their previous score in the Hornets' favor, but this time it's only 1-0. Hornets just winning it by an inch. Shots on goal after that game, 27 for the Hornets. And may I say, IHC goaltender, I tip my hat to you. That was quite the performance. What you have just seen is, well, a little bit of a masterclass of goaltending skill. And on the other side of the boards, 23 shots for the Cavaliers on Chris Finger, but every one of them was stopped. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for our coverage here in the Finger Lakes of the Skaneateles Summer Series for this week. Final score, 1 for the Hornets, none for the Cavaliers. And our next matchup is on Monday of next week, Monday, August 7th. FM will go against Auburn right here at the Allen Arena in Skaneateles. Don't go away for that one. But for now, we say good night from Skaneateles. We thank you all for watching. We really couldn't do it without you, and wish you all the greatest of nights.